Kai said the answer is 6 cookies. So hold your cards up again. I want you to think about the problem. Is that reasonable or unreasonable? Ready, set, go. All right, so everyone agrees again this time. We all said that this one is reasonable. Who can explain why they think 6 cookies is a reasonable answer? All right, we'll pause there. Now I'm going to give you a chance to actually solve. Alrighty, who wants to share their equation that they used?
I did 65 divided by 5 equals 13.
Okay, do people agree? All right, how did you know that we were dividing?
Because it said 65 cookies, and we would have to put each cookie in 5 plates. So we would have to put 13 cookies in each plate.
Can someone help me to write the labeled equation? And I love how that's what you did on your paper. Will you read what you have for us? For your equation. Yeah.
65 total divided by 5 plates equals 13 cookies in each plate.
And can you help me? 65 total. What did we have 65 of?
Cookies.
Cookies. Okay. So I noticed that just about everyone used a different strategy to solve. Do you want to share your strategy first? How did you find the answer to 65 divided by 5?
I did the dot strategy. So first I started with 5 dots, and then I started counting by 5. And I landed on 65. And I know 5 times 12 equals 60, so I did plus 5, which 5 times 13 equals 65.
Okay, so you did like listing multiples of 5 and then stopped when you got to 65. You two did something similar. Do you want to share what you did?
I did 5 times 11, and it equaled 55, and then I did 5 times 12, and it equaled 60. So then I did 5 times 13, and it equals 65.
So you were adding on groups of 5, starting with a friendly fact that you knew? Yeah, so you all did something really similar. I'm thinking back to our plates. You all knew that, okay, if we have 65, we can start by putting like 10 in each group, because I know 5 groups of 10. 5 groups of 10 would give me 50. Okay, and then that leaves me with 15. That's what you said, right? So with 15 left, then we think of another 5 fact. We could do 3 in each group, right? Another 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we gave out 50 in all in the first round when we gave 10 to each group, and then 15 in the second round because we put 3 in each group. So how many went in each group?
13.
Altogether. Yeah, 13. So even though we used different strategies, we all were thinking of a friendly fact that we knew that would get us close to 65. Good. All right, so everyone got the correct answer. We do need 13 cookies on each plate. I'm going to have us come back, though, to the blue cards. So we know now that we need 13 cookies on each plate. I want us to think again about what Kai said. The answer is 6 cookies. Do we still think that that's a reasonable answer? So I'm going to have you pick up your blue cards again. I'm going to have you think about the math we did, the answer we got, and then decide, is 6 cookies reasonable or not reasonable? And if you're not sure, that's okay. We'll hear from everyone else and we'll have a chance to think about it. You're not ready to vote? That's okay. I'm happy that you're still thinking about it. This is tricky. Thinking about whether or not something's reasonable requires us to do a lot of thinking. So thanks for being authentic with us and saying, I'm not sure yet. What did you pick? Which one?
I would choose not reasonable, but I think so.
But you're also kind of not totally sure. All right. Why did you pick not reasonable?
Because we solved the tragedy. I was thinking it was the another, because the first one, Joe said it's 300. I was like, it's impossible. But when I came in K, I think he said 6. I thought it was right, but when I do the tragedy, it wasn't right.
Okay. You have any ideas you want to add?
Because if it's 5 plates, if you could put 6 on each plate, there will
It sounds like you're trying to put this answer into the problem and see, does it make sense? So let's do that. Let's try. What if we put 6 cookies on each plate? All right, checkers. Did we put 6 on each plate? Okay. How many cookies does that give us if we put 6 on each plate?
I was gonna skip count by 6, like 6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
Okay, so it sounds like you two agree. 5 plates with 6 cookies on each is 30 cookies. Okay, so does that work with the problem? We have 65 cookies and we need to put them on 5 plates. Is 6 a reasonable number of cookies that could go on each plate? Okay, so now you seem more confident. Why do you think that 6 cookies on each plate isn't not a reasonable answer?
because it will give you 30.
Because
30, 6 cookies in each one makes 30, and we would need to put like 35 or 30 more cookies, and that would be a lot.
If we put only 6 cookies on each plate, that would only give out 30 of the cookies. And we have 65 cookies that someone baked for culture night. They want to share them with everyone. If we only put 6 on each plate, that wouldn't even be half of the cookies. That would only be 30. So is 6 cookies on each plate too big or too small of a guess?
Too small.
Too small. 6 cookies on each plate would not get us close to 65. All right, so we had a chance to practice with, I think the reasonability kind of check is helpful for students to make sense of what's happening in the problem. So taking the load off students to do the computation and just letting them focus on sense making and reasonability, it allows them to really focus on, does this make sense? Does this fit the problem? And I think we assume that that kind of is happening for students, but that's a process we need to certainly initially model for them and do with them and explicitly teach them. So I think carving out time to just focus on reasonability will hopefully equip students later on to do that work for themselves when they're checking their own work.